Have you ever wondered what makes a leader truly great? Is it their ambition? Their courage? Or is it something more? A spark of pure, undeniable genius. Today, we're journeying back in time to meet a man who didn't just rule an empire. He redefined the world. This is the story of Alexander the Great and the unparalleled genius behind his legendary conquests. When Alexander III of Macedon ascended the throne in 336 BC, he was just 20 years old. He inherited a powerful army and a bold plan from his father, Philip II, to invade the mighty Persian Empire. But where Philip saw revenge, Alexander saw destiny. He wasn't just going to defeat Persia, he was going to conquer the known world. It was a goal so audacious, so seemingly impossible, that most would have dismissed it as the fantasy of a young king. But Alexander was no ordinary king. His genius first shone brightly at the Battle of the Granicus River. Facing a larger Persian force dug in on the opposite bank, conventional wisdom dictated waiting for a safer crossing. Alexander's generals advised caution. But Alexander saw an opportunity. He knew that hesitation would be seen as weakness. In a move of calculated audacity, he led his elite companion cavalry in a direct, diagonal charge across the river, right into the heart of the enemy line. This wasn't just reckless courage. It was a psychological masterstroke. The Persians were stunned by his speed and ferocity. The shock of his personal charge shattered their morale, leading to a swift and decisive Macedonian victory. He understood that in battle, momentum and psychology are as powerful as any spear. But Alexander's genius wasn't confined to the battlefield. He was a master of logistics, a skill often overlooked but absolutely critical to his success. Think about it. How do you feed, pay, and supply an army of over 40,000 men, marching thousands of miles across hostile territory? Alexander's solution was brilliant. He maintained the control of the sea, using his navy to resupply his army along the coast. This fleet-following strategy ensured his men were always well-fed and equipped, a huge advantage over his enemies who relied on slower, land-based supply lines. This logistical foresight was the invisible engine driving his conquest machine forward. Then came the siege of Tyre, a testament to Alexander's incredible problem-solving and sheer force of will. The city of Tyre was an island fortress, considered impregnable. It was surrounded by the sea, with walls that rose directly from the water. No army had ever taken it by force. So what did Alexander do? He decided to build a causeway, a massive land bridge, nearly a kilometer long, straight through the sea to the city walls. For 7 months, his engineers and soldiers worked under constant attack. When the Tyrians sent a fire ship to destroy their work, Alexander didn't give up. He simply started over, building an even wider, more resilient causeway, and mounting his siege engines on ships to protect his workers. His relentless determination turned an island into a peninsula and achieved the impossible. Tyre fell, and Alexander sent a clear message to the world. Nowhere was safe from his reach. Perhaps the ultimate display of his tactical brilliance came at the Battle of Gaugamela. Here, Alexander was catastrophically outnumbered. The Persian king, Darius III, had assembled a colossal army, with estimates ranging from 250,000 to 1,000,000 men, including fearsome scythed chariots. Instead, Alexander executed one of the most sophisticated battle plans in history. He advanced with his line at an angle, drawing the Persian left flank out. He thinned his own center and reinforced his flanks, anticipating Darius would try to envelop him. This was a massive gamble. As the Persians charged, Alexander's disciplined phalanx opened ranks to let the scythed chariots pass through harmlessly, then closed ranks to attack their vulnerable sides. But the masterstroke was yet to come. The Persian advance created a gap in their own front line. It was the exact moment Alexander had been waiting for. Seizing the opportunity, he personally led his companion cavalry in a decisive, wedge-shaped charge directly at the gap, aiming straight for Darius himself. Faced with the terrifying sight of Alexander charging at him, Darius panicked and fled the battlefield. The moment their king ran, the massive Persian army, despite its numerical advantage, crumbled. Alexander didn't defeat the army. He decapitated its leadership and let the body collapse. It was a victory of strategy over brute force, of genius over numbers. Beyond his military prowess, Alexander was a visionary. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a founder. As a merchant, he established over 70 cities, many named Alexandria. The most famous, in Egypt, would become a beacon of learning and culture for centuries. He encouraged his soldiers to marry local women and adopted Persian customs himself, seeking to blend Greek and Eastern cultures into a new Hellenistic civilization. This fusion of ideas, art, and knowledge changed the course of history, spreading Greek language and thought across a vast new empire and laying the groundwork for the Roman world and, by extension, Western civilization. Alexander's campaign was a whirlwind of genius. He combined his father's military innovations with his own unparalleled audacity and strategic depth. He was a master of psychology, logistics, and engineering. He could lead a cavalry charge from the front, design a siege of an island fortress, and orchestrate a complex battle plan to defeat an army 5 times his size. He died at just 32, his empire fracturing soon after. But his legacy was not the land he conquered, it was the world he created. He proved that with enough vision, will, and a touch of genius, one person can indeed change the world. What do you think was Alexander's greatest strength? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the mind of a master strategist, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories from history. Thanks for watching.